We're here with Mandy Badge of Multi-Kids Inclusive Academy. It's a very different story from what you're usually used to hearing. And I think we'll just go straight to Amanda to tell us what she said on our TED stage. Hello, Amanda.
Hi.
How are you doing? How do you feel?
I'm great. Now it's over.
It's always a little tense before you get on stage.
Yeah. Well, you don't have long and you want to get the right message across. And we all have a lot more to say than we can in 10 minutes. The title of my talk was Beyond Talk because I wanted to highlight the fact that some young people don't talk. And it doesn't mean that they can't learn or can't, build on their aspirations, can't dream and go into the future and have a positive life, working and doing something that they're good at.
Great. So tell us some more about Beyond Your Talk, because I think before we had this discussion, you told me that, you were introduced as special needs, but then there's a very vast difference. Do you want to tell us some more about that?
Well, Multi-Kids Inclusive Academy is Ghana's first inclusive school that celebrates neurodiversity. That means everybody. Children who walk differently, who talk differently, as well as children who are more neurotypical. And the speaker before me, Reverend Jarsi, made the point about the importance of bringing people together, and that way people build up empathy and also resilience in this ever-changing global conversation that we're in. So it's very important that we're not isolated. We know that children are isolated with special needs. We know that they're hidden away, locked away. They're not in our schools generally. We have an inclusive policy. It's hot off the press. And we're busy trying to sensitize schools and leadership across the country. But in the meantime, we've been going for 6 years and hopefully coming up with some kind of model for inclusion. So I was introduced Multi-Kids was introduced as a special needs school, but we're not a special needs school, we're an inclusive school. And it's very, very different because we have pathways for children who are working towards independence, for children who are doing assisted pathways that aren't so academic, and then also children who are studying GCSEs and A-levels. They're all in our school.
Oh, that's just great. I mean, and that's a very different model in Ghana. It's definitely more inclusive than you generally find, because in Ghana it's either special needs or regular kids school. Now, let me just move to the gentleman over here. And I have a question for you. I think you are one of very few Ghanaians who do sign language, right?
Yeah.
When did you learn? What's the story behind sign language for you?
I realize many people criticize, especially those who don't have verbal, especially those who have hearing impaired. And my biologically, my family has hearing impaired. So I pick up from infancy. So I've learned sign language from infancy. And I try my best to do more on that so that I can let the world know what sign language is. Because many people have perspective about sign language as if as soon as you start learning sign language, you'll be mute, definitely. But that's not true. It's a kind of, it's a language learning though, but it helps also to impart something into those who don't have verbal. You get it? Yeah. So it becomes like we don't discriminate anyone. Everybody is very important. So those who don't have verbal, who are hearing impaired, are also part of the society. So we need to learn their language to communicate with them.
Great, thank you. So you learned at infancy. So how did you start working with Multi-Kids? What's the story behind that as well?
I can say it's a blessing from God, actually. One day I was searching on net, which schools can I go and impart what I have about sign language to. So I was searching through the net and I found Multi-Kids. I didn't know any Multi-Kids. I didn't know Multi-Kids by then, but I submit my CV, and just a day after I was called for an interview, and I was granted a job.
Great, Amanda. Well, good job to you.
Well, it's really important. We have, that we have an approach to education which is called total communication. So all students in the school learn sign language to a greater or lesser extent. But we sign songs, we sign assembly, all the teachers learn basic signs, staff learn every week some signs. And it's very important. So it was a key that we had somebody who could sign and speak and sign and hear. So that the purpose of actually engaging George initially was we have a deaf teacher who lip reads and also speaks, but I wanted her to have her own class. And I asked her, what do you need to make this work? And she said, I need somebody who can sign and hear. So that's how George came. And now we have 4 teachers in the school who sign, 2 are hearing impaired and 2 are not.
Thank you very much. What's the takeaway?
The takeaway is all of you families out there who have children with special needs, or if you know somebody who has a child with special needs, don't give up, don't lose hope. We're shaking things up. We've set up a foundation because we know that we need to help families to access excellent inclusive education. We can't be inclusive if it's only for fee-paying students. So it's at the beginning, but we see the future very, as growing, not only in Ghana, but also across West Africa. We've had requests from Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone to set up a multi-kids. So the world is our oyster.
Great. Thank you very much, Amanda. Thank you very much. And thank you out there.